Okay.
I'm back, bitches, and this time I'll be reviewing The Lazarus Effect from 2015, February 27th of 2015, to be exact, directed by David Kelb, written by, I don't think we really care, and starring Olivia Wilde, and Mark Duplass, Sarah Bolger, Evan Peters, and Donald Glover. Anyway, so this movie had an interesting premise. It was about a group of medical students that were trying to discover a way to bring dead patients back to life temporarily so that they could be then fixed by the doctors. Or at the very least, that was the original intent in the story. Now, from the trailers we knew that Olivia Wilde was going to go batshit crazy. But the thing is, it wasn't supposed to happen 30 minutes into an hour and 23-minute movie. That's ridiculous. We don't even get the main setup until then, and then of course it's several more minutes before she fully turns batshit crazy. So, yeah, that didn't really work for me. Also, this movie is labeled as a horror sci-fi thriller. I did not get the horror at all. There was a few attempts at jump scares at the very beginning of the movie, but there really wasn't that much as the movie progressed. Not even jump scares. It's ridiculous. And personally, jump scares are kind of a lazy tactic used in horror movies too much these days. But that being said, it would have been better than having nothing at all in what's supposed to be a horror movie. Again, the concept itself was a little interesting, and there was a kind of discussion in this video that was very intriguing over what causes the whole people seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and there was a question on whether Olivia Wilde's character was a demon or whether it was actually her and she was going in the route of Lucy, the Lucy movie. But yeah, really these kind of intriguing questions were put into a movie that had a lot of lazy editing and really just a lazy script. It didn't know what it wanted to be. It tried to be so many various things, and it just failed miserably. Plus, what the hell was the point in that dog? It didn't make any sense at all. Like, I just don't get what the point in the dog was. Also, the performances in the movie, they're okay. They could have been better. They could have, they certainly could have been worse, so I have to give it for that. But there's really no reason, like there's no suspense building, there's no horror elements designed to this at all. They present interesting ideas, but then they completely fail to deliver on them. None of the characters, besides the acting, none of the characters are that memorable or that well developed, so you didn't even have that. Visually, you have a few cool shots, but they're sprinkled into this crap, and it's hard to notice that. And when you have Olivia Wilde and you don't know what the hell's going on to her, and there's scenes that just don't make sense, they don't fit well with each other as far as what her powers is, or what she is. And of course the ending happens, it's like, what the hell? This movie was just not good. It was a real stinker. And giving it a rating 1 through 10, I'll give it a 2.5. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 10 because the acting was at least decent and there were some elements that worked. Very little, mind you, but there's some elements that worked. But seriously though, that dog, it was freaking hilarious. Like, okay, this is a bit of a spoiler. But there's a scene where the dog's at the house and Olivia Wilde's character's laying down in bed or what have you, and the door's partially open. And I was like, oh, they're not just about, and then the door creeps open, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. They're gonna have, and then the dog is like on the bed looking down at her, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. This is a comedy. That's what this movie is. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this review, not more so than you did the movie in any case. And hopefully you'll click that like button, share, subscribe, and watch my other vids. I do appreciate it. And until next time,